Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're covering some more of this Darrell Brooks trial. I mean, it's an extensive trial. There's a lot to cover. Now, we have one of the main witnesses giving their testimony, and we have Mr. Brooks. We see something different. He makes these shifts between trying to be, empathetic and a dickhead at the same time. So right now, he's in the empathetic side of things, and I believe within the video, he's going to try to take a moment for the victim or something. So let's see what happens in this situation right here. We're almost at 5K. Next goal, you already know, is 10K, but let's get straight into this situation right here.
I fly up onto the hood, and her head snapped back, and the body remained on the hood as it passed the side of my vehicle to where I thought I could have just reached out and grabbed her.
So this happened that close to you?
Yes.
You saw all this with your own two eyes?
Yes.
Did the car continue past you?
Yes.
Where did it go?
The car veered kind of in front of me. I saw brake lights and saw what was Jane fall off the hood. He proceeded to, and she was basically on the right side of his vehicle, and he proceeded to run her over with the right front tire, then the right rear tire, and at that point I was just focused on.
So what I'm understanding from this is that he hit her. Her head snaps back onto the windshield, right? She's on the truck. So he says he sees the brake lights. So that means he would have to stomp the brake, fling her off, and then run her over again. So this is like, it's not only showing that, oh, it's a terrible thing, he ran through all these people. It's showing deeper intent. He wanted to run her over, you know what I mean? He could have even stopped, flung the body off, and swerved around her. But the fact that he just drove over her with the right front tire, that means all here, just go. He was trying to run her over, It's proving intent, motive.
On the ground, but I remember hearing the roar of the engine again. And
how fast were you going?
2 miles an hour.
How fast would you estimate the other vehicle was going?
30.
How fast are you going? 2 miles an hour. How do you know that? I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to say he was running freaking fast. He was running damn fast.
Did you get a description on that other car?
It was red.
That's all you know?
Like a box type back end. That's all I know. That's all. Once I thought my wife was the woman on the car. So you see your whole life going by you, in what you think is an act of terror because you don't know what's going on. And then the body's laying on the ground. And, at that point, that was my only focus. My vehicle, I threw it in park and ran to decipher if this was really who I think it is.
Okay, I apologize. He wasn't running. He was driving the truck. So he was going 2 miles an hour, basically not moving, just off the gas. Off the brake, just letting the car glide. When you're going super slow in the parking lot and you just basically just foot on nothing, just letting the car glide. That's basically what he was doing.
Okay.
Details of which direction the vehicle went after that, I cannot tell you. I'm sorry. It was tunnel vision right to the ground.
Of course. You do distinctly remember, though, seeing the red vehicle that you've described roll over the person on the ground?
Yes.
With both tires?
Yes.
I'm going to show you an item that's been marked as Exhibit 46, please. And we're going to put it up for you first and have you take a look at it. And right now the video is not playing. It's frozen on the first frame. You see that?
Yep.
Do you recognize what you're looking at here, sir?
Yep.
What are you looking at?
It appears to be Jane on the ground.
Is that what she looked like when you ran up to her?
She was on her side, face down, yeah.
I'm going to ask
Those are the pants, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to...
And you could tell he's just trying to hold it together, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not easy to testify for that. But for, you know what I mean? For for the entire severity of the case, for what it's worth, to put this guy down for 700 plus years, you best believe he'll go through all the details, all the necessary details they need to ask him. I would be there for it, best believe.
Have my assistant play this video through for you. It's a total length of 15 seconds, okay?
Yes.
I want you to watch it, and then I'll have some questions for you, okay?
There's the man of the hour with the backwards mask. The backwards mask must be a statement that he's not going to follow the rules.
Okay. Mr. Bonesteel, did you see yourself in that video?
Yes, I did.
Do you believe this video is a true and accurate representation of the events as you ran up to Jane on the street? Move to admit 46 and permission to publish, Your Honor.
Objection.
Exhibit 46 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
My objection be noted for the record, Your Honor.
It's noted.
All right.
Would you acknowledge me, Your Honor, please? I mean, he objects so much, she doesn't even hear him no more, I assume. Would you acknowledge my objection, Your Honor? You have to do that as a servant of the law, Your Honor. Respectfully, Your Honor, as I disrespect you constantly. You know what I mean? Fucking weirdo.
So, Mr. Bonesteel, in this frame, I don't see you in this frame yet, correct?
That's correct.
But we do see Jane laying there on the road, correct?
That's correct.
She's got the red top and the black plaid pants. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, we don't have to go that deep into it. It's her.
All the way through, 15 seconds at normal speed. That's you right there in the khaki pants at the 6-second mark?
That is correct. Black sweatshirt.
That's you right there at the end. Sunglasses on your head? Okay.
Was that a yes?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Thank you.
And I like how they don't let anything slide. He shook his head and the judge was like, is that a yes? You know, making sure. Because, you know, all of this could be grounds for mistrial. You know, shaking of the head, nodding, all this shit. So I feel like they're really trying to cross their T's and dot their I's with this one. I do think somebody really got mad at me and said, you don't know what you're talking about. Darrell is an amazing judge. I think she is an amazing judge. I think she is. But she was still too lenient. I'll stand by that. Promise you. She was too lenient. She could have been stricter. All that.
Do you know if medical assistance was provided to Jane?
I do not.
What happened?
Once I realized that it wasn't Steph, I ran back to find her and the kids. And I found them back by the vehicle.
Okay.
After I had found them, my next thought was, oh my God, Addison's behind us. That's my daughter's good friend. And another friend was also there. And I ran back to find her.
With the extreme dance group?
Yes.
Okay. Did you find those girls?
I found Addison. Sam had been struck.
What's Sam's last name?
Coelho.
Okay.
And his face throughout the entire trial, just the complete anger, disgust, inconvenience. Shout out this bailiff behind him. I've never seen that guy before. But I mean, the guy is just disgusting, bro. He has no regard. He thinks he's right no matter what. A true narcissist at its very core, guys. Like, right here for you. They need to do a study on this guy because... But then again, I want to know if he's just putting this on. Like, if he really does have feeling and he's just trying to hide it, trying to mask it as, oh, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even understand the subject matter jurisdiction, Your Honor. You know what I mean? That could all just be a play to try to avoid prison time, to try to get a mistrial, something. I'm pretty sure he saw something on Wikipedia and just stuck on that. He was like, oh, this is law. This means I'll get out of jail. I'm going to do this until the wheels fall off. I'm pretty sure it was something like that.
I asked Addison if she wanted to come with us. Her mother was actually waiting at the end of the parade route, so she was en route to get her. But then I went back to my family, and the rest of the group that we were in the parade with, and at that point, the nice ash bar was taking them in,
Okay.
and then I was just focused on getting out of there,
Yeah.
which didn't happen.
Did you learn later that Jane passed away due to her injuries from this collision?
We did learn that later. My
Damn.
gut feeling in that was that she had passed.
You mean when you went up and saw her?
Yes.
You felt she was either dead or close to death?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Brooks, do you have any questions for this witness?
I do.
I do. I'm pretty sure this officer behind him wants to smack him against the back of his head, bro. Look at how he's looking at him. I've never seen the officer yet, but I'm pretty sure he's on the transport team somewhere. Oh, is this his moment of silence? It's funny how he tries to stimulate his emotions, like, oh, I'm so heartbroken. This is so much for me. This is so much for me.
I apologize. I just needed a quick second.
Oh, and then he's going to address about the second he needed. You know, he's going to be like, oh, in case you guys didn't know, that was me needing an emotional second. I apologize. Just let me gather myself. Even though my eyeballs are dry as fuck, I probably need prescription eye drops to get my shit glossy again. That's how fucking dry his eyes are. Uh-huh. Oh, he's really taking a second there. What does this tattoo say? 1,000? Hold on. 1,002? What does that even mean, bro? It's a stupid tattoo.
At some point in
That whole moment, that whole shit was theatrical, bro. I swear to God. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. In his head, he's like, fuck those people. That's what he's really saying. Like, it's so obvious, too.
your testimony, you stated that you heard, or rather you saw brake lights. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, I did.
To the best of your knowledge, what would be the only time you would see brake lights on a vehicle?
The point right before Jane fell off the hood.
I like that answer. He's like, when would you see brake lights? When the car is braking. That's the answer he was looking for. He hit him with the, you would see brake lights when Jane is flying off the vehicle. You know, just keep that in that aspect for the jury. Keep Jane on the jury's mind. Very smart man. Like him.
I think you misunderstood my question.
No, he didn't.
If you were driving the vehicle, would it be fair to say that the only time anyone would see brake lights would be if you hit the brake?
If the driver hit the brakes, the brake lights would go on the vehicle.
So it would be fair to say that the only way that you would see brake lights would be if the driver of the vehicle hit the brakes.
That would be correct.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even argue with him on that. I would just be like, yeah, you totally did hit the brake to take the fucking dead body off of your hood. You know what I mean? You know, so you could continue to drive over people. You certainly did hit the brake.
You did state in your testimony that you did not get a look at the driver. Would that be fair to say?
That was never part of my testimony. Nobody had asked me that question. Are you asking me that question if I had seen the driver?
I do recall you saying that you did not see the driver, so I guess that's...
In my testimony?
Yes.
Oh.
Hold on. He's going to ask you a question, and I'm going to ask that you answer that, okay?
Okay.
So go ahead, ask your question.
Did you at any time see the driver of the vehicle?
No.
Easy.
You did testify to when you were describing what you saw, you referred to the driver as he. Any reason why you would refer to the driver as he if you did not see the driver of the vehicle?
That would be like the proverbial we.
Well, there's males, there's females.
No, you know why he said he is because, one, only men pretty much generally commit bullshit crimes like this. I feel like most violent crimes are men anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hit me up. But I'm pretty sure most violent crimes are men. I mean, it just makes sense. And two, later on, when he gives his deposition and shit, by then he's found out that it was a man driving anyway. If it was a crazy woman driving through, he would have found that out and referred to him as she. Like, he's trying to get the most basic things to get off. Oh, doesn't hitting the brake mean that I was trying to stop? Did you see the person? Well, how'd you know it was a he? Like, bro, there's 50 other witnesses that saw you. So what about those other witnesses?
There are singles and there are togethers. I mean, when you say we, it's the proverbial we.
So
Collectively, he would be along those lines as well.
No, it's not, but whatever.
Is it fair to say that you could have just answered as we instead of he?
Objection.
Grounds.
Argumentative.
Sustained.
Grounds.
Next question, sir.
Out of grounds on that?
It's argumentative. Rephrase your question.
He's out here struggling,
Any
bro.
reason why you would answer that question as he?
Objection. Irrelevant. Argumentative.
Grounds.
Asked and answered. Sustained.
Were you able to get a license plate of the vehicle?
No, I was not. I was focused, like I had said, on the body on the ground. So I did not get the license plate. I'm
After the vehicle had passed the vehicle that you were in, did you see the vehicle strike anyone after that point?
I did not see the vehicle strike anyone after the vehicle had passed me, other than driving over, like I had stated, the body that it had already struck.
So you have to imagine all those people who got caught up on his trunk. He probably stopped, rolled over him, kept going. This is not like he accidentally hit a few people while fleeing. That's different. That's just a hit and run. What he's doing is like manslaughter by a motor vehicle. Like, he's just running through people, using it like it's a gun, you know? No difference than like going out in public and shooting at people. He's just using the truck instead.
Did you observe the vehicle strike anyone while it was approaching your position?
Clarify your question, please.
Did you observe the vehicle strike anyone while it was approaching your position?
Yes, I saw it hit Jane
While it was approaching you?
while it was coming
Or
up.
your vehicle, rather?
Yes.
And again, know what you're asking. At least lead the question properly to where it doesn't make you look bad. But he's not a lawyer, right? So he's just asking the question, well, did you see it hit anybody while it was coming up to you? And he's giving them that face like, huh, yeah, did you? And he's like, yeah, I did. Yeah, Jane. She was behind me while you were coming up behind. Like, he doesn't even know all the facts to ask the questions to make himself look better. You know what I mean? At least defense attorneys would have known a few things to, you know, make him look less like shit. But, of course, he's just asking questions and hoping they come back positive. Man, he's drinking that water. Shit, that's like the 4th bottle of water, but I think it's just something to do. I swear, they put those waters up there. It's just something to do for a nervous person. Nobody's actually thirsty on the stand. You think anybody's actually thirsty for water on the stand? We go through Alex Murdaugh. We go through the Darrell Brooks trial and all the witnesses. What else? you know, we go through all these people. They're drinking water on the stand. They're not thirsty, bro. That's just something to do. They have all these little waters.
Did you observe the vehicle strike anyone else in that moment?
No, just Jane.
And you said you went into a building called the Nice Ash after that moment?
That is correct.
Do you recall about how long you were in the Nice Ash?
Hour and a half maybe. I would pop in and out because I was trying to wrap up the float and get us out of there. And then once I was told that I cannot touch my vehicle nor the float anymore because the area was deemed a crime scene, we went back in and made a plan on how we were going to get all of us home.
Damn. So after this, imagine after this tragedy, you know, you can't even, like, you already lost somebody trying to go home. You can't even hop in your truck and go home because it's a crime scene. So great. Now we have to spend more money and fucking figure out an Uber or a taxi or a paid vehicle to get the family home. That shit is terrible, bro. We just wanted to have a Christmas parade. You know, that's why I don't go around crowds like that. Somewhere over like a couple hundred people and you're dense in that crowd and you're just doing your thing, man, you don't know what the fuck people are thinking. That shit, I don't know, bro. That shit, you're kind of just giving up your ability of control. You know, you're giving up all your control. Sometimes you have to give it up. And, you know, you have to fly somewhere. You have to be in this crowd for a certain reason. Maybe you need to make some money off of this shit. You know, sometimes you just gotta deal with it. But shit like a Christmas parade, fuck that. I'm sorry. Over 200 people in a Christmas parade, an Easter parade, all that bullshit. No, thank you.
Proceeded to leave, but businesses, I believe, were locked down, so no one could get in or out. They were locking their doors. Every time I went out, they would ask me, you know, knock on the door, you know, because we're locking it.
Do you recall about what time it was at that moment?
No. These are thoughts that you don't think about when you've been through something like this. You know, I didn't sit there and note down times. I'm not trained in this.
Do you recall if it was?
It's crazy how he's also treating him like a human being, because I'd be rude as fuck. I'd be like, no, fuck you, bitch. Like, I'd be talking crazy to him. The judge would be reminding me, like, all right, you have to speak a certain way, sir, this and that. Like, man, I'd be out here disrespecting the fuck out of him. He's out here talking to him like he's just a person interested about the case, like, just respectful, nice. Like, bro, not me. Like, fuck all that shit. I'll take a day in jail just so I could talk some shit. Fuck it. I'll take a day for, what do they call it? Being held in contempt of court or some bullshit for being, like, disruptive. Man, it's a day. It's whatever. It doesn't even go on your record.
Daytime or nighttime?
Well, the parade started around 4:30, so it gets, and it was cloudy, so it was dusk. I mean, city lights were on. Emergencies vehicles, when they were pulling up, you know, you saw the sirens, you know, on the streets. You saw it was dusk. It was getting dark.
Would it be fair to say from the
what's his point?
Exhibit 46 video that you were shown that it was pretty clear?
Again, wasn't focusing on the sky.
Do you agree or disagree? The video that you saw was clear. That was the question.
The video, the clarity of the video, or the skies? Please clarify
that
your
it
question.
was pretty much still daytime.
I like how he's playing dum-dum. This is so great. Yeah, at the end of the day, he's being as stupid as he possibly can, and I would too. Why would you want to help this guy out? You know, I'm sorry. Rephrase your question. And he leans in, like, yeah. I'm so dumb. You really need to dumb this down for me. Like, I love it. Yeah, it's a personal fuck you to Darrell Brooks.
You can see everything pretty clear. Everything was.
You can see, yes, it was clear. It was dusk. Lights were coming on. If the city lights, street lights were coming on.
Would it be fair to say that's what he's gonna start with? $50. That's what he starts it
Would
with.
it be fair to say you?
Oh my god!
Light.
If I was actually betting that, I would be $50 up.
No, but
Hold on, let me back this up. I don't even know what the fuck he said.
would it be fair to say you can recall lights coming on, but not the driver of the vehicle?
I think that's asked and answered, Your Honor.
Objection.
I don't understand that question.
Overruled. He may answer.
I can remember lights coming on because they are stationary. The vehicle was traveling past me at a rate of speed with a woman that I thought was my wife on the vehicle. Was not really paying attention to who was driving the vehicle. Again,
So would it be fair to say you were paying attention to the lights?
no.
What?
So what would lead you to believe that they were in fact coming on at that time?
Objection. Argument
Grounds.
asked and answered.
The video that I...
Hold on. There's an objection. I have to rule on it first. That's okay. The objection is sustained. Next question, sir.
He is drinking that water. That is water number 5, bro. I don't even know if it's... He's been drinking that water. I feel like that's just a mechanism that he can use to not, like, start cussing them out and jump over there and crushing them in half. Like, what is this man, like 250? Darrell Brooks is an easy 140 pounds. So I can imagine the thoughts he's really having right now. Shit, that guy ain't no 250. He's more like a 275er.
Do you recall the duration of time that you saw the brake lights?
No, I do not.
But you did in fact see brake lights.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
No further questions.
Any redirect?
Yes, briefly.
Man, that was the most painful cross-examination I've ever seen. The homie said nothing. He was talking about it being clear. How's that going to help your case? I'm over here trying to figure out how to say something about that. But it was clear. So how does that help your case? I guess it was getting dark, so you couldn't see the people in the parade. That's why you ran through 40-some people. Oh, okay.
Sir, after you saw brake lights, did you see the SUV or the red vehicle that you described ever come to a complete stop?
No.
Did you?
Well, if there's been an objection, it's overruled. His answer may stand.
Did you at any time see the driver of the vehicle pull over, stop, and get out to investigate what he or she had just struck?
Objection.
Overruled.
No.
And I love how she says he or she. You know, you want to spice things up, Darrell? We could play your little games. You know, we could play your little games right here. We could spice things up. It's ambiguous. It was a he or a she. We don't even know. It was long hair. It could have been a girl. Guess what? It's you all day, every day, because there's surveillance footage everywhere with an ugly ass, patchy head, dreaded guy walking around, leading away from the parade. It's you, bro. You did it. I'm sorry. There's no way in hell, no way in heaven or hell that you're getting up out of this situation. I'm sorry. So that was basically, the husband, he lost a loved one. Worst Christmas parade probably ever for him. I'm pretty sure he would never go back to another Christmas parade ever. Now we're moving over to another witness, another victim, I should say. Now she actually got hit by this guy. Like I said, there was a lot more injured than there were killed. And these injuries, they're probably just as bad. I don't want to say as bad as dying because, rest in peace to those people. But living with something fucked up is really bad too. So let's go into this lady. her testimony of what happened. She's going to kind of give a brief statement. So let's check it out.
I'm addressing the court. Is the microphone on? Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm addressing the court, but I also want to direct my comments to Darrell Brooks Jr.
Oh, I love that. Oh, he's a junior too. Man, he's doing his pops bad. Man, making the family name look like shit. You know, let's make our family names look good, people. Let's make that a new thing. Even though I don't think his dad was involved in his life, but shit. That might be one of the reasons, folks.
My name is Lori Locken. I was walking with the Catholic community of Waukesha, my church family. We were celebrating the joy of the season in preparation for the birth of Jesus when you made your decision to drive through the parade route. It truly amazes me that you deny your accountability for the damage and hurt that you have willfully caused.
You know what? It really amazes me too. It frustrates my shit. It frustrates me too, because it's like, at least Ted Bundy started admitting things. You know what I mean? At least Jeff Dahmer admitted it. You know, at least all these crazy, terrible people, Ed Kemper, all these people, at least they kind of like, you know, took some acceptance to it. No matter how psychopathic they really were, they took some sort of accountability. This guy took zero the entire way. Took not an inch of accountability to be taken. You know what I mean? Stood strong the entire way. So, I mean, that's one of the things that you don't really see too often. Most people, when they finally get convicted, they'll say some actually nice words, probably to save their own skin, you know, maybe just to look better, but they'll say some nice words. But this guy was bitter to the end. To the end.
In the years ahead, I urge you to carefully consider the sorrow and grief of the Waukesha community and the world at large. Ponder the loss of lives within our families, the physical and emotional injuries that may never heal, and the sense of personal safety that you robbed from us. As for me, you never gave me a chance. I turned around and it was only seconds before you hit me square on.
Shit.
I clearly remember feeling the impact.
Look at his face. Look at his face. You know, and this is the type of shit that I'm talking about. This is the type of shit that sends you to jail for 700 years right here. You know, you want a playbook for 700 years in prison? You jump on the Darrell Brooks playbook. He will take care of you. You know what I mean? Like, look at that expression. That is insane to me. Like I have to give it to him, man. Staying strong to the end. Keeping that same energy to the end.
The searing pain of that blow is as clear to me today as it was a year ago. Since then, I'm healing as best as I can from the physical injuries. But you took away my peace and my trust. Something that I will never regain.
She ain't going to no parades after this.
My prayer for you is that you will find your salvation in the midst of this evil.
Wow.
I hope that you will repent for the heartache you have caused so many.
And you could stare at the nothingness in your Bible pages as much as you want. These words are getting to you. You can't plug your ears. You can't do none of that. That shit is getting to him. Trust me. Every time he opens that Bible, that's just his tell that he's feeling the heat. He's starting to panic a little bit. Like, fuck, I'm going to be back here forever because I'm an idiot. Because I wanted to run over my baby mama and I like using my car as a deadly weapon. You know what I mean?
I too pray that your own personal wounds that you have sustained through your life, which has created so many demons in you,
Darrell's looking at him,
will be healed through this action.
She wants to say something, but she's just writing it down. And you know, it's a shame because she wants to really look him in the eye and tell him all this shit. But he spoke so much, interrupted her so much, disrespected her so much that she had to take him to the other room. And I'm sorry, I would have gagged him. Not like that other picture I showed in the last Darrell Brooks where they had duct tape on them. Get a professional face mask, put it around his lips, whatever you gotta do. Look it up. I'm 100% sure they have it on some type of, you know, like legal website or whatever. Get that shit put on him. Make it a whole event. You're not gonna get no mistrial for that. Gag his ass. You don't have to physically gag him. Put some in over his mouth. It's just me.
Thank you.
Shaking his head, doing all this crazy shit, scrolling through pages that are nothing. Hold on. If I turn the Bible toward me and I turn this way, he's turning his pages from left to right, which means he's going backwards. Bro, please, he's not reading shit. Look at this. Left to right. Please, get out of here with that shit. I'm sorry. He's reading the Bible backwards right now. Did I say it right? Left to right? Yeah, he's going backwards. Anyways, people, that was some Darrell Brooks and how he treats the witnesses. Crazy. It's a spectacle, y'all. But anyways, until the next one, y'all, stay inside. Stay safe. Don't go to any fucking parades out here, man. Don't go to the crazy ones, you know? Get your surroundings right. Stay close to your car in case a Darrell Brooks goes barreling through the crowd. But until the next one, y'all, I'm out of here. Stay safe. Peace.